Welcome back to Indiana Newsdesk. Well, deer are just a part of life in Bloomington, where they're often seen grazing in lawns or strolling down a city street. As part of our City Limits Bloomington series, Tyler Lake looks into a question about the ticks that catch a ride on deer and whether they are carrying Lyme disease.
One curious Bloomingtonian wondered this. Given the number of deer hanging around in my yard, I wonder about deer ticks and the frequency of Lyme disease in Bloomington. A lot of folks in Bloomington complain about the deer in the city, but they may not realize they could be helping to draw them in.
In some urban areas, we actually have a larger deer population than we have in what people would consider more natural habitat.
He says much of what makes a lawn inviting to people also lures in animals.
Of course, we like flowers, we like landscaping, those types of things. And deer like that as well, and so that will often attract deer to properties.
But it's not just deer that ticks use to catch a ride.
Chipmunks, squirrels, and all of these other things. If they are very comfortable on a private property, then chances are there might be ticks on those property.
He says there are 3 common tick types in the area, and while they all carry pathogens, only the deer tick carries Lyme disease.
The one that's of most concern is Lyme, because oftentimes most people who have the Lyme organism, they get treated, some get better, but others suffer post-treatment Lyme disease syndrome that they might have to live with for a long time.
Those health issues can linger for years and be difficult to diagnose. But Amodior says there are a few precautions you can take if you head out into the wild.
Wear long pants, tuck those pants into socks, and make sure that you wear clothing that is bright colored and light. And the simple logic behind bright colored clothing is if there are ticks climbing on them, it's easier for somebody to spot and then pick off before they move around and then settle somewhere.
He emphasizes using insect repellent and checking yourself regularly while out in the woods. And if you're worried about encountering ticks on your own property, Amodior says there are steps you can take there too. He recommends clearing wood piles, leaf litter, any place cool and protected from the sun where ticks can thrive. He also points out a simpler way to reduce the threat of a tick encounter.
If you mow your property regularly, that means you keep the lawn clean. Ticks are not likely to be on your property.
He does offer some good news.
They have to find a suitable spot, and then they have to attach using a cement substance they secrete, and then they take a blood meal. And in most cases, this takes several hours.
He says if you find a tick on your skin that hasn't attached itself, you most likely don't have to worry about disease transmission. But if you do find one embedded in your skin, gently remove it with tweezers and put it in a plastic bag.
The first thing is you go to your primary care physician, and they could give a prophylactic dose of doxycycline.
And Amodior says it's something we'll have to think about more in the future, as the planet warms and humans intrude ever deeper into the tick's natural habitat. For Indiana Newsdesk, I'm Tyler Lake.